People buy from people because they like them.
Yeah.
People buy from people because they trust them. Neither you or I will buy something from someone that we don't like or we don't trust, right? We'd rather walk out the door than buy it from.
100%.
Well, if you did all the work to make a friend and you
Yeah.
did all the work to go through the process and you have their trust already, why not keep it?
What is up? Welcome back to the CA Power Player Podcast. I'm your host, Cody Askins. Today from Jersey, back in Springfield, in office. Here's why I'm super excited for this specific podcast. There's several reasons. One, they are helping agents create six-figure renewal incomes incredibly well. But we're going to really talk to how to make your income go up. I think the answer will surprise you. And really about strategies to make sure that you are keeping your book because you're working hard to sell it. You might as well keep getting paid. So welcome back from Diversified, a part of the Rose Boys and the Rose fam. I love these dudes. Welcome back, Anthony Rose.
Great to be here, Cody. Great to be here. Thank you for
bro.
having me.
Dude, I love having you guys in town, man. Good dudes. You guys also do a lot, we've been hanging out and we've been hanging out for several months, but I'm learning new stuff, even this trip.
Yep.
I don't even know about.
Right.
I'm super impressed. Also, why this strategy of is it something where you see agents just ignore their book or they don't service well?
An agent goes out and works so hard to get a sale. You know, you're going through so many different leads. You're going through so many different appointments. You go out, you go through all the work of getting a sale. You leave the house or hang up the phone so happy that you have this sale.
True.
You made a bunch of money doing it. It is amazing to me how many people then say, well, yeah, I wrote the app, but when you don't get paid on it, it's okay. So much business falls through the cracks because of little stupid things that we forget because we're so focused on getting new business, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But because we're so focused on getting new business, we forget the business that we wrote, and sometimes taking 5 minutes could make you hundreds and hundreds of dollars. What I mean by that is business that you write, you submit, and it gets rejected, or it goes into a pending mode of some sort because of something stupid like a number in the Medicare is off, or a date of birth is off by a little bit, or something so silly like that. But agents are too busy getting new business that they don't stop and say, if I just fix that, I can make myself $600 by making a phone call, and it'll take 3, 4, 5 minutes to do.
Yeah.
But we forget about that sometimes, and you gotta make sure you're working that pending business.
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense.
That's the first part of it.
Yeah.
But then you get to the persistency perspective of things, and if you were to call someone and find out that we'll take Medicare, for example. Let's say someone has a Medicare Advantage plan already. And you say to that person, how did you enroll in that? And they tell you some lady or some guy called me, or some lady or some guy came out here and did it. And you ask the question, when was the last time you spoke to that person? Most of the people say, well, I never spoke to him again after I did that enrollment. And they don't realize that they really could have an advocate on their side, which is the agent.
Yeah.
And the agent sometimes forgets that.
That's crazy.
It's people buy from people because they like them.
Yeah.
People buy from people because they trust them. Neither you or I will buy something from someone that we don't like or we don't trust, right? We'd rather walk out the door than buy it from.
100%.
Well, if you did all the work to make a friend and you
Yeah.
did all the work to go through the process and you have their trust already, why not keep it? Why not keep it? And there's so many different things that you could do in order to.
Yeah, a ton of strategies around that too. And if you think about it, I feel like y'all have created, I don't even know how many six-figure renewal agents at this point. It's a lot, man. It's incredible. Also, if you guys are listening, you're like, hey, I want to learn more. I need help, etc. You can go to thediv.com, or you can email Anthony at thediv.
Anthony at thediv.com,
Okay.
for sure. From a strategy perspective,
Yeah.
I would love anyone who's listening to stop and kind of take inventory a little bit themselves of what they do for their clients all the time, and kind of measure
That's a great
themselves
question.
to say, why why do I deserve to be this person's agent? Why do I deserve to make it that this person should give me referrals, should always refer me, that this person should know my name without having to look it up?
And it shouldn't be because I drove 27 miles to their house.
No,
That doesn't.
They don't care.
You're not entitled to them forever because of that.
Not at all.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be because you drove 200 miles to their house, because at the end of the day, they don't care. It's what have you done for me lately? So I wanted to kind of share with you a little bit some of the strategies that we do that seems to work for us, if I may. First and foremost, we make sure that the business gets issued. Every agent on a very regular basis is looking through all of their business and making sure, hey, this did get issued, or this didn't get issued, or why not? And then we do what's called 30, 60, 90, which it's pretty common out there in the Medicare business. And I think even in the life business, it's common as well. And that's making sure you check in 30 days after you write the application, 60 days after you write the application, and 90 days after you write the application.
That's good.
We have seen such a success, or such an increase rather, in our persistency rate since we're doing this, that we actually invested a bunch of money into even putting it into our phone system. So all of our agents that are with us, they're on our phone system, and they have all their leads that come up every day. And what we do is 30 days after an app is written, that person goes to the top of the list every day to make sure I have to call this person today.
That is gold.
It happens at 60 days, happens at 90 days.
All automatically, 30, 60, 90.
Automatically, because
as an agent, I will totally forget.
Of course, we want to write new business.
Yeah.
But the amount of money and renewal income that you make specifically in the Medicare business, like you said, we have a lot of six-figure income agents, and they did that in their first year in the business with us. Why lose it? Why give it away?
Yeah.
It's so relevant. We also have people in our system when it's someone's birthday. We have it pop up so that you give a person a call for a birthday. People remember that. I went to...
yeah, it's funny how much we think about that. Yeah.
I mean...
Because I almost recognize or remember, like, it's almost funny, too, because if you're like certain friends and family that like forget your birthday when everybody else is telling you.
Sure.
It's just a little bit more magnified for whatever reason.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And again, you want your client to know your name off the top of their head. I don't care how old they are. You want them to remember your name off the top of their head, not say, oh, that guy from Springfield who enrolled me.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that they know who you are. And when you call them for their birthday, or you even go a step further, we have a lot of agents who actually send birthday cards out for their birthday.
I used to.
It means something. It really does mean something to these folks.
What percentage of agents do you think on that specific, actually do the birthday thing or check in at all in the first? You've got 4 touch points so far in their first 12 months.
Correct.
30, 60, 90 plus the birthday.
Yep.
4 in 365 days for sure. Well, how many agents do you think do any checking at all in the first year? If you had to just guess.
From our organization?
No, just guess in general across the industry.
Oh.
Just like
I think it's pretty low.
I think it's pretty low.
I think
too.
I could make up a percentage, but I'd be making it up.
Yeah.
It'd be a low percentage. I mean, again,
low.
I can't tell you how often we actually have trained our agents to say, when was the last time you spoke to your agent?
I don't think it's higher than 5 or 10% that actually do it.
Most of the time they say I haven't.
Yeah.
Most of the time they do, because
it's incredible.
Agents take the money and run. You got to be different than those agents. You have to be that person's advocate. You have to be their person. You have to be their agent. Again, so they remember your name.
It isn't the sexy, fun thing to talk about because it's not like, hey, new commissions, but it's like, dude, it's the easier commission.
Oh, sure.
Than the new one,
You've already earned it.
Correct.
You've already driven the 200 miles to do it. You've already dialed through 100 people.
It is the easiest money to make. Yeah.
It is. Yeah. It is. And it adds up, and it adds up quick.
Yeah, it does.
It adds up real quick. Renewals on the Medicare Advantage side are very, very, very
They're
high.
crazy, bro.
But keep your business. Keep your business. So we talk about the birthday side of things. We have the 30-day, the 60-day, the 90-day. The other thing that is huge, specific to the Medicare business, is making sure you call every single client prior to the annual election period, prior to AEP. And the reason for that is, number one, they have to, again, remember you. They have to know that you are their person.
And it's a recent reminder too.
100%.
Yeah, smart.
They're also going to be watching a bunch of TV commercials. They're also going to be getting a bunch of mail.
Yeah.
They're going to be getting some phone calls from people. And they have to know, hey, I'm all taken care of already.
Yeah.
So all of our people make phone calls and explain to everyone, listen, we're coming up on the AEP. You're probably going to get some phone calls. It's very important that you do not give out any information to anyone that you do not know. If you hear about something that you have an interest in or something like that, you call me and I will check out how legitimate it is.
Yeah.
We set that prior to October 1st. It's really big that we do this in September. And we do get phone calls from our clients that say, hey, I just heard about this X carrier plan and I might be interested in it. Most of the times they're already in the best plan that they need to be in, but we absolutely do whatever we need to. And if they need to be switched, we'll switch them.
And that's outside of the call. That's outside of that initial call before AEP.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's
awesome.
We just need to make sure we stay in contact with our people. It was so much work done in order to get that piece of business. Why are you giving money back? And you're probably giving it to some random call center agent of some sort, or some random agent who you're probably giving it away for someone who's not going to take care of that person.
For sure. Or commercial or something. Yeah. And too, like, and you mentioned like even the drive, like, and you invested in the business. Like a lot of your agents get free leads and booked appointments.
Yep.
Not everybody does. So they had to invest something, and normally money.
We as an organization, we don't make any money within the first 18 months or so, more like 19 months on a piece of business.
Oh, wow.
We know that. We know that we're investing in that piece of business. I mentioned call center agents before, and I think we have inside call center people. And one of the things that they do with every person that they enroll is they say, Mrs. Jones, when it's time for you to get your, if you have any questions on your over-the-counter benefits, if you want to get the free watch, or you want to sign up for a gym or whatever it is, call me. Don't reach out to the carrier. Let me get you set up the proper way. And it's a little customer service intense. Sure. But we're their people, and they know that we're going to be there to help them along the way. I mean, we have agents that have even gone out and set up doctor's appointments for people. I mean, we take that extra step, but we don't lose business because we do it. It's kind of the same mentality, Cody, that we do with agents. We believe that you go the extra step for the agent that most other organizations wouldn't do, and they remember that.
Yes, they do.
It's no different than it is with a client.
Yeah, and there's so many different ways you guys do that for agents that we've been talking about lately, like free leads, free booked appointments, a salary for some that want it. You mentioned Salesforce, mentioned Five9, mentioned some AI coaching tool. Like there's so many different things that I was like, not even totally aware of.
Yeah, we have to.
But you don't have to do those things, but it is going the extra mile.
But we have to do those type of things in order to show people that we really do care about their success.
Correct.
And we don't, if an agent is not making a good living with us, then we're failing. And they're either not going to stay with us or they're not going to stay in this business. And if they want to stay a part of 8%, then we need to do these extra things to make sure that they're making money and doing what they have to do.
Yep.
And one of the biggest parts of them making money is protecting their renewal stream. It's a huge part of it. And these are some of the things that we're doing in order to protect that renewal stream.
I love that too, because I hear a lot of companies. I think you guys can relate to this as you're listening. I hear a lot of, and if you're enjoying this, man, let Anthony know in comments below. I hear a lot of companies that when they lose someone, they place blame on the agent. It was the agent's fault. We didn't do anything wrong. They didn't do this. They didn't invest in this. They didn't call this, right? And some of that's for sure true.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, You haven't once said it is entirely the agent's fault if they fail with us. You took responsibility for that.
For sure. We kind of have a saying in our organization before an agent is either leaves us or we let them go or whatever it might be. And it's more of a question. And I've been saying it for 20 years. Can I put my head on the pillow tonight and know that I did everything possible in order to make that agent successful? And look, a lot of times the answer is yes. Most of the time the answer is yes.
Sure.
If an agent doesn't want to go to work, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Totally.
But when someone is willing to go to work and someone is willing to learn, they're willing to be flexible, adaptable, and trainable. They're willing to be fat.
Yeah, I like that.
If someone is willing to be fat, we're going to make them successful because of all these type of tools.
Yeah.
And then once they become successful, the work is it's on us to make sure they stay successful.
Correct.
It's on us to make sure that they continue to make a good living and to make a good income. And this topic that we're talking about is just one of the ways to secure that strong living for them. There's not many businesses that you can go out and work your butt off for 24 months and then have a very strong income for the rest of your life because of how hard you work. There is not many industries that you can do that in.
No.
And this is one of them, and it is lucrative. But keep your clients.
Please, goodness
Make
gracious.
sure you contact your clients. Make sure they know your name. Make sure that when you call a client, you don't have to say, hey, this is Anthony Rose. I'm the guy who enrolled you in that plan. When I say, hey, this is Anthony Rose, their response should be, hey, Anthony, I'm so happy to hear from you.
Exactly.
They should know exactly who I am because I've contacted them so many times and I've done so much for them. And I wasn't just the guy who enrolled them in that plan.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing we could possibly hear from a client.
100%. And at the end of the day, what y'all are doing is, I think more agencies and agents need to realize this, is you have created a system that is very generous, it's very giving, has a lot entailed, that you are able to find agents that want to go to work that you can plug into and help them succeed.
As long as they are willing to work and as long as they're trainable.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we all learn every day, right?
Correct.
I don't care how long you're in the business.
Always.
We learn every single day.
Always.
As long as they're willing to adapt to the system of what we're teaching them and that they're learning from their fellow agents. We're real big in sharing. We have sales meetings a couple times a week. Not mandatory, obviously, but most people do go on the sales calls every week, and they share. They just share with each other.
Yeah.
And this is a hot topic on a very regular basis. Hey, I had this client that I called and this happened, and usually the story ends with, I helped them so much that they told me about their sister, or they had their sister call me, or whatever it might be. But it's because we positively impacted their lives as agent to client.
Yeah.
And that goes downstream. As long as we can positively impact agents' lives, agents can positively impact clients' lives.
Correct.
It's amazing how simple that is, isn't it, Cody?
Yes. But I like that that's the core, and then that's where
That's
everything
the core.
branches from. And you guys have a cool community overall, like a group of people that really enjoy it. You can see at the award ceremony, like people love what they do. And I wish, like, we have 8% Nation because we're trying to build a community for those that don't have it and that need it and want to be a part of and want to win and be around people like y'all, because there's so many people that are not doing amazing. So if they want to learn more,
Right.
where should they go one more time?
They can go to thediv.com. You can email me direct. My email again is anthony@thediv.com. And check it out, see what we have, but don't judge just by a website. Let's talk.
Amen.
We're real big into communication as well. As you know,
Amen.
We're real big into communication. So
Yeah. Well, thank you for being back. Welcome back to Missouri. Appreciate you being back on the podcast.
love being here. Love being with you, Cody. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. You too. Okay. Thank you guys for hanging. Love that you're hanging with us and getting a bunch of nuggets from this specific episode, like actual, tangible strategies to increase retention, to make sure that you keep your six figures, what they're so amazing at helping agents generate. And that's literally a way to make your income go up and earn extra cash. And so I love that Anthony and the Rose family and Diversified are here hanging with us and sharing with you on how you can improve and be a better agent. Also, if you made it this long in the episode, sometimes I'd like to throw a little random gift at you. You can go to CABOOMLeads.com. If you have never ordered, you can use coupon code YouTube and get 10% off your very first order of leads with us. Thanks for hanging with us on the podcast, and we'll see you on the next one. Adios. Hey, if you enjoyed this, I got another one you're going to love. It's right there. Click on it. See you in there. I'm so excited for today's CA Power Player podcast. I'm your host, Cody Askins. We got a special guest. He is back on the channel talking about how to sell life insurance from home. Here's what I love about this person. Yeah, I'm telling you, this will be one of the best.